Whispers spread quickly in the entertainment world. And when the names Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun were attached, those whispers became storms. For years, fans have celebrated them not only as a power couple, but also as loving parents. Their chemistry on screen, their tenderness off screen, and the glimpses of their private life with their son all painted the image of a family rooted in love. But recently, unsettling rumors began to circulate. Headlines hinted at trouble. Articles suggested disagreements. Social media fanned the flames with speculation that Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun were on the edge of divorce, supposedly because of differences in raising their young son. For fans, it was heartbreaking. The idea that two people who had seemed destined for one another, two people who had built a home together, might be falling apart. It was unbearable. At first, both remained silent. Neither Lee Min-ho nor Kim Go-eun addressed the stories. Perhaps they hoped the storm would pass. Perhaps they wanted to shield their son from public scrutiny. But the silence only fueled more rumors. Every time they were photographed separately, tabloids claimed it was evidence of distance. Every time Kim Go-eun appeared without her wedding ring, blogs declared it was confirmation. And every time Lee Min-ho attended an event without his family, whispers grew louder. Fans began to worry. Had the fairy tale really ended? The truth finally came when both decided they could no longer stay silent. At a quiet press gathering, carefully chosen to avoid spectacle, Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun appeared side by side, not as co-stars, not as celebrities, but as partners and as parents. The cameras clicked endlessly, capturing their solemn expressions, the way their hands brushed against each other, the way their son's name lingered in the air even before they spoke. Lee Min-ho went first. His voice was calm but firm, carrying the weight of someone who had endured weeks of painful speculation. We are here today not for ourselves, but for our family. Lately, there have been many stories about us. Stories suggesting separation, even divorce. These stories are not only untrue but also hurtful, especially because they involve our son. Kim Go-eun nodded gently, her eyes glassy, but her tone steady. As parents, our priority has always been to protect him. These rumors don't just affect us, they affect him. And that is something we cannot allow. The room fell silent. Every journalist, every photographer, every fan watching the live stream could feel the gravity of their words. Kim Go-eun continued, her voice trembling slightly. Parenting is not easy. We are learning every day, just like anyone else. Yes, we have disagreements. Yes, there are days when we struggle to balance work, family, and personal space. But those moments do not mean we are falling apart. They mean we are human. Lee Min-ho reached for her hand, holding it tightly as he spoke next. We love our son. He is our greatest blessing. And no disagreement, no challenge, no rumor can change that. We stand together as his parents, as partners, as a family. It wasn't a rehearsed statement. It wasn't polished like a script. It was raw, honest, and that honesty resonated deeply with those who had doubted, those who had feared, those who had begun to believe the worst. After the press gathering, they were spotted leaving hand in hand. Not staged, not forced, simply two people leaning on each other. At one point, Kim Go-eun rested her head briefly against Lee Min-ho's shoulder. The cameras caught it, and fans sighed in relief. It was a small gesture, but one that spoke louder than words. Later that evening, Lee Min-ho shared a rare personal note on social media, alongside a simple photo of a child's drawing, one their son had made. He wrote, "Family is not perfect, but it is everything. Thank you for respecting ours." The drawing was innocent and beautiful, a stick figure family holding hands under a bright sun, a reminder that in the eyes of their son, Mama and Papa were his whole world. Kim Go-eun quietly reposted it with a heart emoji and the words, "Always us, always together." Fans around the world reacted instantly. Comments poured in. "Thank you for clarifying. Rumors can be so cruel. Stay strong. We believe in your love." The picture says it all. That's family. For once, social media was united not in gossip but in support. Behind closed doors, the experience had shaken them deeply. Kim Go-eun confessed in a later interview, "It hurt, seeing lies spread so fast. I was angry at first, then scared. But when I saw how Min-ho held me through it, when I saw how our son continued to laugh and smile despite everything, I realized, we are stronger than this." Lee Min-ho, in his own interview, said quietly, "Fame brings attention, but it also brings shadows. People forget we are just people, just parents trying to do our best. But what matters is not what they say, it's what we know and what we protect together." Their son, blissfully unaware of the storm, remained their anchor. At home, he giggled, played with his toys, and tugged at their hands, insisting they join him in his little games. To him, Mama and Papa were simply Mama and Papa. Not celebrities, not gossip targets, just love. And perhaps that was the most powerful reminder of all. What fans witnessed wasn't just a denial of rumors. It was a lesson in resilience. It was a reminder that love isn't perfect, that even the strongest couples face challenges, disagreements, and storms. But it also showed that love, when rooted in family, when anchored by something greater than pride or fame, can withstand anything. Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun addressed divorce rumors not with anger, not with defensiveness, but with truth. They didn't just defend their relationship, they defended their family. And in doing so, they showed the world that sometimes the most powerful statement isn't silence, or denial, or explanation. It's simply standing together. In the end, their message was clear. Yes, they are celebrities. Yes, they are admired worldwide. But most importantly, they are parents. And for their son, they will fight against anything, even the cruel weight of false rumors. For fans, the story ended not in heartbreak, but in reassurance. Because when Lee Min-ho held Kim Go-eun's hand that day, when they spoke with trembling voices but steady hearts, they reminded everyone watching that love isn't about never stumbling. It's about always finding your way back to each other. And for Lee Min-ho, Kim Go-eun, and their son, that love is still alive, unbroken, and stronger than ever. Whispers of separation always travel faster than words of love. But what makes this rumor even more painful is the mention of their son. For months, online communities have been buzzing, some claiming that cracks were forming in Lee Min-ho and Kim Go-eun's marriage. Others went as far as to say that the two were living separately, only coming together for their child. It began with one simple observation. Fans noticed that Kim Go-eun attended a recent event without her wedding ring. For some, it was nothing more than a choice of fashion. For others, it was the spark that ignited a firestorm of speculation. And when Lee Min-ho appeared at a promotional shoot looking unusually solemn, the narrative wrote itself. Are they falling apart? Is their son caught in the middle? The truth, however, is far more layered, far more human. When asked directly in a recent interview, Kim Go-eun sighed softly before answering. Her voice carried both exhaustion